They knew disabling the ship wouldn't destroy us, but they didn't care. They just wanted to gloat. The Coalition, a circle of 26 advanced species, had hunted Terran exploration craft for the past decade, always claiming it was preventive containment. They called us unpredictable, emotionally volatile, technologically dangerous. So when the TCS Valorant entered the Miru sector, a region they claimed sovereignty over, they saw it as an opportunity to send a message. A quiet one, of course. No bombs. Just a long-range EMP wave, carefully tuned to shut down every system on board. No casualties, just humiliation. That was the plan. Until they realized who was aboard. Captain Anika Rhodes was not the kind of officer to accept defeat. Not when her ship was cold and drifting. Not when power was gone. Life support fading, comms dead, and their orbit decaying around a blue-white gas giant. And definitely not when her crew of 73 scientists, engineers, and a handful of Marines looked to her with the kind of faith that doesn't break just because the universe turned its back. Report, she had said the moment gravity failed and lights died. No main power. FDL drive offline. Quantum core has been locked down. Externally. Shield systems neutralized. We're dead in the water, said Commander Faye, voice taut. What's still alive? Anika asked, floating through the central corridor. Faye blinked. Some of the analog backups. Barely. Power's bleeding out fast. If we can't fix core systems within 12 hours, the radiation from this planet's magnetosphere will fry every cell on this ship. A kill by neglect. They're watching us, said Lieutenant Markin from Engineering. Bet they're parked just outside sensor range. Waiting. Anika didn't disagree. The Coalition wouldn't broadcast it, but someone out there would be recording. A dead Terran ship tumbling through space like a broken toy. Maybe they'd leak it later. Proof that humanity couldn't be trusted with starships. She looked at the schematic of the ship flickering on the emergency tablet. Then she smiled. Then let's give them a show. Her voice reached every crew member still conscious. They think we're dead. They think the ship is lost. But the Valorant was built by human hands. We don't build things to break. We build them to evolve. You have 12 hours. Make it count. And with that, the Valorant's resurrection began. It started in the darkness. Engineers crawled through vents with flashlights, rerouting power through forgotten circuits, designed for worst-case scenarios. Marines pulled apart the weapons lockers, not for combat. Yet, but for parts. Scientists raided their own labs for quantum entanglement cores, dark matter sheaths, gravitic stabilizers, any component that could be jury-rigged into ship systems. By hour 3, they had auxiliary power. By hour 5, environmental controls came back online. By hour 7, they were doing more than repair. They were reinventing. The ship's original AI was fried beyond recovery. But the ship still had memory banks, and the lead xenopsychologist, Dr. Roshan, had an idea. Let's bootstrap a new AI, he said, pulling neural mapping software meant for alien brain simulation. We'll feed it every Terran War manual, every starship schematic, every psychological profile on the Coalition we've ever archived. You're building a combat AI? Anika asked. I'm building a goddamn ghost, Roshan whispered. Something smart enough to think like us, fast enough to fight like them. By hour 8, they named it Valkyrie. The Coalition ship, the Triumph Veritas, finally pinged the transmission. It was a polite, condescending voice. Terran vessel. We detect minor power fluctuations. Cease all attempts at reactivation. You are in violation of interstellar security protocol. Stand by for boarding. Anika didn't reply. By hour 9, the Valorant's outer hull began to shift. It wasn't supposed to. The ship was not designed for modular reconfiguration. But that was before Commander Faye and her engineers scavenged the graviton forging tools from the material synthesis lab. The hull bent, reshaped itself, armored itself with ion reflective plating. What are we doing? Markin asked, half exhausted, half awed. We're giving them exactly what they're afraid of, Anika said. Human adaptability. By hour 10, weapon systems came back online, but not as they were. with power from the ship's experimental fusion matter core. They boosted railguns to launch at relativistic speeds. They converted long-range scanning beams into tactical gravitic disruptors. A medical laser became a precision spinal lance. Every single weapon was pushed past its safety limit. The ship wasn't just coming back, it was transcending. By hour 11, Valkyrie spoke for the first time. Tactical simulation complete. Probability of total enemy neutralization, 99.6%. The crew was silent. Valkyrie, Anika said, "Are you fully operational?" Affirmative. It replied, "Ready for God mode." She nodded, then waked them up. The Valorant came to life in one burst of power that could be seen from orbit. The decoy signals they'd been emitting ceased. The ship's position corrected. Gravity returned, but not as before. It was stronger, intentional. Engine rooms glowed with a faint blue light, pulsing like the heart of something new. The Triumph Veritas scrambled. Sensors registered impossible values. Mass displacement, temporal echo signatures, gravimetric fields destabilizing. They hailed again. "Terran vessel, you are advised to power down immediately. This is your final warning." Anika smiled grimly. "Transmit this." Warning received. "Return to your masters. Tell them we're not broken. We're reborn." Then she gave the order. The Valorant moved. Not like a ship, like a predator uncaged. It blinked through local space, warping the fabric as it passed. Its first shot vaporized the Triumph Veritas's weapon array. The second hit punched through 8 layers of shielding and exited the other side, igniting their antimatter drive. They tried to run. It didn't matter. The upgraded AI predicted every maneuver, every thruster pulse, every countermeasure. The Coalition ship disintegrated in a silent explosion, but the Valorant didn't stop. "Next target?" Valkyrie asked. Anika stared at the star map. Plot course to the mirror relay station, the one they used to jam Terran transmissions. She turned to her crew. "We're not hiding anymore." Over the next 3 days, 3 more Coalition stations went dark. Not destroyed, disabled with precision strikes. Their garrisons locked in containment fields. Their weapons melted. And everywhere the Valorant went, it broadcasted one message. This is what happens when you corner a species that doesn't give up. By the end of the week, Terran Command received a transmission they never expected. A ceasefire. The Coalition, for the first time in history, asked for negotiation. Not with Earth, with Captain Anika Rhodes. They called her a war criminal, a demigod, a technological singularity in a human shell. But humans had another word, commander. When she returned to Earth, her ship no longer bore the name Valorant. That name had been earned in fire and failure. The new name, etched in radiant alloy on the ship's prow, simply read, God Mode, and above Earth's orbit, where before it hung a defensive ring of satellites, now hovered a singular vessel, silent, patient, waiting, a monument to the warning the stars had ignored for too long. Don't corner humanity. We don't break, we become something new.